Welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel. Just before I get underway, just want to say please continue to like, comment, share and subscribe to all the social media platforms for the channel, and also for my friends over at NUFC 360, Magpie 24/7 and Magpie Ultras. Thank you very much for watching. Welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel, everyone. Just here doing my review of Newcastle's very important 1-0 win last night away at West Ham. As you can see, just down Cullercoats. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening. And I think it kind of reflects all our moods after last night, doesn't it? That was a very important win, a big win in the context of the season, because it's been a debate. What's more important, Champions League or going for the Carabao Cup? And I've argued this, saying why not go for both? We can do it, of course we can do it. And yeah, last night, it wasn't the prettiest game, as I posted, many others have commented. It was a very hard fought game, a lot of determination, a lot of grit, a lot of character needed, but we did get the win in the end, which was the most important thing. And it puts us back up to 6th in the table, and we're level on points with Manchester City in 5th. We're only 2 points behind Chelsea in 4th, and 4 points behind Nottingham Forest, who got a very impressive win against Manchester City in 3rd. Everyone's waiting for them to drop off, but you know what? Fair play to them. And if there's any other team to get Champions League this season with us, well, I'd like it to be Nottingham Forest. Yeah, in the context of our season, that win was massive. We needed that really badly, because we know the form's been iffy of late. It's been 8 days since that chastening defeat to Brighton in the FA Cup. Ironically, a competition, despite we being in the final of one cup competition, we thought we had a better chance of a competition that we're only at the 5th round in with all the teams who had fell, especially Sunday's opponents. You just thought, well, Liverpool being out and teams like Arsenal and Spurs, it opened the path up. So it's been a long 8 days to stew on that result, and we really needed it. And you know what? Fair play to the lads last night. As soon as we seen the lineup, we saw Pope was back in, and we're like, iffy. We weren't sure, because, again, as he showed in the game a few times, his kicking does leave a lot to be desired. But yeah, I don't think he faced a shot. So that's credit to the defence, and the chances that did come into the box that got near him, mainly from set pieces, were ones that he managed to clear. He done a couple of punches, and he done one header that had Wall nervous, but you know what? He got to it, so fair play to him. And yeah, I think Eddie Howe's decided now that Nick Pope's going to be his keeper for Sunday, so we'll see. We were saying that after last night's game, so I think he's decided on that. I've been a bit worried him chopping and changing his keeper so close to the final. Like, Nick Pope was back in for 2 games, and then Dubravka's back in, and then Nick Pope again. When you're changing your keeper, because there's no stability there, is there? And again, we've lost Lewis Hall, as we all know. So it was a big night as well for Tino Livramento. I thought he'd done all right on the left-hand side, but it was not more than that. I'd just say he'd done all right when he was in there. Joe Linton helped out on that side, and Harvey Barnes. Now, Harvey Barnes was the other surprise inclusion, wasn't he? Didn't know what to expect, because I thought Howe, but this is why Howe's the manager, because Harvey Barnes in the end had a brilliant game. I've got to say, he did. He staked his claim for Sunday, so I think he'll start. But I thought he'd go with a safe option. Discussed a lot, but thought it might have been Joe Willock. Joe Willock, as I thought, might have had the running power, especially when I seen West Ham's team. I was shocked that Barnes wasn't there, because their team didn't have a lot of pace in it. That's one of the first things we noticed, and you thought, well, Willock's running power, and he's played the last few games, albeit not too well, but thought he could get at them. He's got the legs to get up the pitch when we're on transition. But no, how shocked were? He played Barnes, basically his way of just saying to Harvey Barnes, right, this is the opportunity. If you're going to do something, go out and show it. And you know what? Harvey Barnes, fair play to him. He grasped the opportunity, and he played really well. He got the assist, didn't he, for the winner, for Bruno. And you know what, for his persistence and determination just to go on to the goal, because it was a bit of a bitty game, but it was very, very good in the fact that he did get into that position. And you know what? His shot didn't come off, did it? He looked to cut inside his trademark, where he scored a lot of winners for it. Again, against West Ham at St James's in the 4-3 win. We'll never forget that. Wolves early in the season were the winner after Fabian Schär's equaliser. So you just thought, yeah, will he get his opportunity though to have them kinds of shots? Because West Ham, basically they had no desire, no determination whatsoever to get out, did they? They were happy all game, in my opinion, to just sit in a low block. They had like 7 or 8 players behind the ball at any one time. And Barnes, you thought, will he get the opportunity? But you know what? He was more of a threat than Jacob Murphy on the other side. And I've got to say, Joe Linton's presence was a massive help being back in there, because what Joe Linton does is, because he's such a big player, and he puts himself about and gets into the heads of opposition players, is he pulls that man away. So he opened up the space. So where there might have been 5 men there and Harvey Barnes wasn't able to get a shot away, Joe Linton was pulling 1 or 2 away, so that opened up the space. And you know what? Fair play to Newcastle. The fact that normally against teams who sit in, we've said this a lot, we don't really play that well when the onus is on us to create anything. But you know what? Last night we did, and that's credit to the team, because they did sit in. You're thinking, can we unlock them? What will we do? But they kept at it. They kept trying to create things. They didn't panic. They moved it well, especially for the goal. If you look at the goal, it was brilliant. It's just like how quick we were in moving it. So like when it came to Tonali, he quickly shifted it to Barnes. Barnes tried his shot, didn't come off. You thought, will he go for it again? But he didn't. He kept his composure, and then he whipped a lovely ball in, and Bruno with the finish. And that'll have done not only the team's confidence a world of good, but Bruno's. Because yesterday, obviously, Pietro, his little boy's first birthday, his youngest son. So he'd done that for him. That was excellent. He dedicated to him, and it's just fantastic to see. And yeah, Bruno got the goal, his confidence up, the team's is up. And fair play to Barnes. You know what though, like the opportunities that Barnes got, like the positions he got in. The first one, he was on the left hand side. It looked like we were kind of in a 4-4-2 to begin with, but Barnes hit the side netting, but that didn't deter him. He went again. Then obviously he had the opportunity where he flicked it towards Areola, who saved it well. And then he had the other opportunity, which was more like a centre forwards move, where he tried to head it past Areola, a little flick, and he saved that well too. Areola, by the way, I've just got to say, what was he doing last night? I don't mean in terms of his performance, because he's the one who kept the scoreline down. But he looked like Pablo Escobar. He's greased hair and he's tash. Fair and compared to many people after seeing him last night. And in true Colombian drug lord fashion, from a Newcastle perspective, we executed our one chance very well, right between the eyes. And yeah, it turned out to be the winner. Because in all honesty, after we got the goal, even before the goal, maybe bar like a 5-10 minute spell at the start of each half, I don't really think that West Ham done too much. They had no ambition. They didn't really create too much. Like I said, Nick Pope didn't have a save to make. And Jared Bowen, he normally terrorises with, gives Dan Burn a horrid time. But he was kept in Tino Livramento's back pocket. Dan Burn blocked everything that came his way. Bowen had a chance that came towards Pope, I remember, first half. But he just hit it straight at his hands. And it was just an easy save where Pope just bent down and literally picked the ball up. But yeah, we did start a little nervy. Couple of air shots. I don't know why we were doing air shots. Don't know if it was a concentration thing. But they had them opportunities. They should have took the lead really inside about 45 seconds. Shaw just didn't stop the cross. Dan Burn air shotted it. And then the chance that was hit over the bar by Souček. And Souček, like Bowen, is normally a player for West Ham who gets goals against us, so that was a big sigh of relief. Our main chance was that one that Areola saved, the one where he clawed it out the air. You know what? Full massive credit to him for that. That was an excellent save. Obviously, brilliant ball from Bruno. Murphy might have been slightly offside, I'm not sure, but he whipped a fantastic cross in, and then what Kilman was doing, I don't know, but for that to be clawed out the air by Areola, like, that was brilliant. That was one of the best saves I've seen. And then obviously Isak hit the rebound over the bar, but because it went out for a goal kick, I don't think they need to review it to see if it was if Murphy was onside or not. And then the only other contentious talking point in the game, yes, it was Kilman again. He was involved in both. It's when the goal was scored by Bruno. They're claiming there was a push on Kilman from Isak, but it wasn't. He just tried to buy it. It was just, that was nonsense. There was not a foul. He made an absolute meal of it. If someone went like that to you when they're walking past you, you wouldn't fall over like that. You tried to con the ref, and fair play at the ref, he saw through it. So yeah, Newcastle have mainly, all I'll say is, not a pretty game. I think Bruno, in hindsight, was man of the match. My three best players were Trippier, who I thought was excellent. He looked like he was back to his best. His crosses were going into the right places from any set pieces, like corners and everything. He'd done a fantastic header in the second half where he knocked it over his head, chased it down. Yes, it was clear to their player, but luckily West Ham had no end product all game. And then the one when Kudus was through, that was excellent, that to get behind him. That's what he was meant to do. If there was a game I mentioned, can't remember what game it was, but it's where he didn't get on side properly for it and they scored from it. This time he got on the right side of the player and stopped Kudus from scoring, so that was excellent defensive play. Tonali, I said one of the best players. Look, he didn't create much, granted, but you've got to give him this. He won 9 out of 9 duels, and he's a number 6. And Bruno was our best player. So with him creating everything, I can give some leeway to Sandro Tonali. The fact that, yes, he didn't create too much. It's a bit sloppy at times, but Tonali will be key on Sunday against Liverpool's midfield, especially against, I think, McAllister and Szoboszlai. So I've got to give Tonali credit. 9 out of 9 ground duels won. That's excellent. That's his job. So you can't say he had a bad game. Then, last thing, yes, BrunoGuimaraes. I felt that was a captain's performance from him. I think he was excellent. He tried to make things happen. He was always looking forward. Yes, he lost it a couple of times, but that's what happens with creative players. And he was getting up the pitch. He was. And yeah, he got the all-important goal. And I just think that's massive for Bruno to get the goal. I just feel the players have got a renewed determination behind them ahead of Sunday. They don't want to happen what happened a couple of years ago. I just feel this means more. I know Liverpool, as I've said, looking ahead to Sunday, could win this 4 times out of 5, 9 times out of 10, however you want to view it. But I just feel like this team's attitude and approach to it's all been different. And you know what? Last night's performance could be what we need. We'll need to be dogged. We need to be determined. And against a team like Liverpool, you need that. You need your slice of luck. I think Joelinton will be key because he's going to have to double up on that side with Livramento against Salah. But in my last video, I said we could have an advantage against Salah, that Tino's right-footed, so it could stop him coming inside so much where he's deadly. Joelinton will obviously double up and help him. That might leave space in behind if Trent's pushing forward for Harvey Barnes. So you never know. But I'm going down there. That's what we needed. We've got a buoyancy. We've got confidence. We're feeling good again. That result's massive just in terms of we're back in the Champions League race after most results went against us. And now we're going to skip into the weekend. And for one, I can't wait. 3 more shifts left, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. And then I'm just bouncing on that drive all the way to London on Saturday morning. And we're going to get there about 2. And then out Covent Garden from about 3 or 3:30. So I can't wait. But yeah, all important win last night. And full credit, as I said, BrunoGuimaraes, my man of the match. That felt like Bruno of old. He got some form back and it showed. I just thought he was excellent all over the pitch. And yeah, well done. Well done, Eddie Howe, for being brave and playing the team he did. There's been lots of doubts, but I feel like these injuries take us against the world. And that's what I like. Because there was a bit of shithouse Newcastle back last night when Pope went down. There was nothing wrong with him. He wasn't clipped when they went through and tried to buy a pen. So yeah, the dark arts were back. And we might need that against Liverpool. Because you know they might be favoured in some ways. But we'll see what happens. just absolutely buzzing to get back to winning ways. And now we'll look ahead to the weekend. I'll just say good night, and I hope everyone's tuning in to the game at Anfield tonight. We'll see what happens. Could have a big bearing on Sunday, depending what happens between them and PSG. They could get injuries. They could be taking extra time. So I'll be an interested spectator, so I'm going to go and watch that shortly. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I'll be back for my preview for the game of the season this weekend on Friday. Take care. Bye-bye for now.